What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Time to do a review. It's been a little bit, probably a little while, probably a couple weeks since we've done a car review, but finally gonna get settled in, so let's get right into it. So today, what are we reviewing? We are reviewing a car that we visited before, but now this is the 2019 model. Little things have changed, little things are probably the same. And yeah, so let's get right into it. This is the beauty we'll be testing out today. This is the 2019 Ford GT. Now, we did do a review on an EcoBoost, but this time around it's a GT. It is a convertible, so it is a little bit different. But I will say this about this car, it has pretty much all the bells and whistles on it. It doesn't look as aggressive, doesn't have the spoiler like the other sport packages that they have, which I kind of don't like. But at the same time, guys, the inside of this car is immaculate, and which we'll get into. I'm a big fan, of course, of the lines of this car. I always am. I love the aggressive styling, the front. Now, I will say this, that's actually pretty cool, but this front bumper can be pretty low. So if you're coming up to parking spots and they have the higher curbs, you can get your splitter hooked up on there. But I will say this though, this one's pretty high. It's a lot higher than my Challenger, and I will give it that. So you might have a little more clearance than you would on Challenger or Camaro. Now, obviously it's a soft top, it's convertible, so this is the car that's gonna look good with your hair down. In particular, mine won't look that great. But other than that, it's a beautiful car. I love the lines on this car. I love the aggressive look. The beauty of, I think it's about this car versus the EcoBoost, it's a V8. This is 460, horsepower. And you're paying for what you get versus, you know how I feel about the EcoBoost, and I'm not gonna get into that. So let's get right into the inside of this car, and this is where really all, kind of the wow factor. So right off the bat, we got the two-tone leather in here. It's got this peanut butter leather, which I love. Absolutely love this leather. It's my thing. It's got the stitching, you can tell here, that matches the inside here. The seats, sorry for the beeping here, guys, but let's see how comfortable this seat is. So I'm gonna move this up. Automatic seats. Man, this thing's annoying. Here, hold on. There we go. Had the lights on. All right, sorry. So we're gonna move this seat up, and I'm gonna have to move this seat up here. Then pull that back, right? I'm sacrificing, guys, because this is a tight squeeze. So boom. I mean, yeah, this is pretty much all the room you're gonna get, guys, in the back seat. So I mean, this is pretty much what I say about every Mustang. Look at the inside here. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, not much room back here, guys. I had to move everything. This is pretty much if you want to be comfortable in your seat, and I'm gonna show you exactly how far I had to move up. Look at that. There is not much room here when it comes to this back, to the back seat. But I think honestly, when you're buying a Mustang, that's not what you're buying. You're not in there for that. That's not your goal, is to buy that type of vehicle. You're not looking for a spacious vehicle. Now, this is how you would pull the seat up. Then you'd have to squeeze out. And yeah, that's how you get in. But those back seats, even though they're there and they're not useful, they're beautiful. Great job by Ford and with their detail. I really do love the look of that leather inside. If you want to get a buy-in for me on anything, you just put a big screen on my car and some nice leather, and especially peanut butter, and we are best friends. All right, let's start this bad boy up. So here we go. Oh, push start. I'm gonna turn the volume on. Beautiful rumble, love it. Now interior, guys, not much different than normal. I want to turn this AC up a little bit high because it is hot. It's Florida. Beautiful, love the chrome look. It's like a brushed metal, which I really do like. I don't know why I'm such a sucker right now for this car than I normally am. I normally, this is something different. Last time I looked at a different Mustang. I believe it was a 2019. I just kind of briefly looked at it. It just didn't have gas. The gauge was all digital and it was different. This one is, you know, back with the dial look. So I was kind of curious to know what the difference was. I'm not gonna act like I know, so I won't kind of address that. A couple things that they did address to me. Well, first off is adjust these seats. I am lowering it, moving it up. Cool thing. Let's go over the, you know, it's got traditional gauges. I do like the bigger screen. A pet peeve I have with the Mustangs, there is an option that you can get a smaller screen, and obviously the bigger screen is more expensive. No brainer, right? I really think that's dumb. I don't think they should be charging that much. I believe, if I'm correct, the Challengers got rid of that. I never see a small screen Challenger. I could be wrong, but I don't ever see them much, and they're not very common. And I just think that Ford should go that way around, all the way around. Give them a big screen. That's unfair. You know what I mean? It's pretty much everybody's doing it. Why would you stick to that little small screen? It's a joke. All right, reverse, great. You know, you got your little over top view. I love that. It's got the radar sensors, if you can see here. Great visual. If you had that little screen, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, let's get into the settings. A couple things that I thought was pretty cool they were showing me. So if you go to the settings tab, right? For right now, I'm in the main menu, and I go to settings, and then you have exhaust mode, all right? So I'll show you the exhaust mode in a second, but pretty much if you hit that, you have different types of sound. So you have a quiet exhaust, and let me see if I can, man, I wish I could show you. What I'll do is, guys, I'll show you pretty much the difference between the sound. All right, guys, so now we are in pretty much in exhaust mode, and I wanted to show you everything. So let's hit this, right? So right now, let's go to quiet mode. I got a camera in the back, and we're gonna listen to that out right now. So very, very suppressed. Normal mode. Sport. Now track mode. Well, I'm sorry, put it on track exhaust mode. You have to turn that on. So what I'm going to do is turn that on to track. So now what we'll do is, okay, so now we're on track mode. And beautiful rumble. It really is neat. And you have a quiet start, which is pretty cool. So what this quiet start is, I'm sorry, I'm not zooming in there. Let's move in. So the quiet start is pretty cool. You can select it. It's like pretty much an alarm clock for your car. So let's say you wake up every morning at 6, and you gotta you know, start your car by 6:10. You gotta get dressed and all that, and you're out the door by 6:15. Well, let's say you need 5 minutes to start your car. You can go ahead and set your timer for whatever it is. You know, if I wanted to start at 5 a.m. every day, I wanted, if it's, you know, end at 7 a.m. I don't know why you'd want your car on for 2 hours. But let's say, for example, if you don't get up by a certain time, it's gonna turn it off. I think that's the coolest thing in the world. I've never seen an alarm clock for your car. That is some bad ass stuff. All right, so let's back out of this. I don't want the quiet start because I would hate for this car to turn on in the dealership in the middle of the night. Yeah, so let's get right into this car. Let's get the review going. Hold on. Sorry, I'm focused there. Let me back this up a little bit. Sorry. So, pretty much this is how you lock it. Twist it open, and then you would pretty much open up your top. So it's gonna open up the windows, and press that button, and there you go. And now we are officially in a convertible, and that is 3 kinds of sexy. I've never driven a convertible, so this is my first time, and we're about to get right into it. All right, so let's swap the camera and get right into it. So go on ahead and show you this interior right here, kind of with the top down. It's pretty much amazing. It's gorgeous. Having the hood down kind of doesn't do it justice. I'm sorry. Having the hood up doesn't do it justice. but check out the quality of leather on the inside. This is the big thing for me about this car. And realistically, it's the hardtops too. If you put this leather inside, it's gorgeous. But this Mustang in general is just gorgeous. I love the interior. Maybe it's just a convertible thing. I've never really seen them this nice before. Maybe it's just the options. I do not like the spoiler. Like I said, it does non-existent. But, you know, who wants a big spoiler on this car anyways? It's beautiful. It really is. Keep on running out of memory. I deleted a bunch of crap, so now I can focus back on you. So now we're on track mode again, like I said. You hear the rumble? All right, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna turn track mode off. I kinda wanna just stick to, it's got the drag strip mode, snow wet mode. Obviously we played around with that, but we will kinda punch it a little bit. I wanna be safe. What I'm gonna do is, I'm going to put the hood back up because I wanna make sure that you can hear me throughout this whole thing. So you push the button back on, you see it going on. Feeling pretty G status right now. Gonna hook on. Go down. There we go. All right, pretty intuitive. I will say that. You saw me struggle a little bit there, how to understand the actual hood of this car, and it's very impressive. Pretty simple and straight to the point. I really do like that. All right, well, let's get driving. We are on normal mode, so let's take this thing for a spin. Now, we've driven the Mustang before. It's got the beautiful look, right? And I've driven the GT before and and a manual before. That was very intimidating. I'm not what you call the most savvy when it comes to manual driving, so I'm sorry there. But other than that, first initial feel of this car is beautiful rumble. I do not know the exact price of this model itself, but I'm pretty sure it's not cheap. But at the same time, I'm okay with the price on the Mustangs. I'm okay with the price on Challengers with this much horsepower. It kind of comes with the territory. These cars are known for their power. They're known for their price tag. They're very affordable when it comes to the cars that are in a similar horsepower range. So they're a great option. At the same time, they're bang for your buck. It's pretty much what they are. All right, so now we're gonna punch it. See if I'm gonna be quiet for once and listen to the sound. All right. Let me make sure this AC's off. I'll turn this thing off here. Boom. Delayed hunker. Now, guys, this is normal mode. Nothing serious. But I mean, it's got that great pickup. Didn't grab me by my stomach. I will say that it has great grip. At the same time, I am cruising at a normal speed, so it's, you know, I bet you if I were to punch it from a standstill, it would spin its wheels. I've seen Mustangs, and I do know they do that. So I'm putting this AC back on because I'm dying of heat over here. I love you guys, but I don't love you that much. I can't be sweating like I am. Hold on. Sweat's a little too powerful, and you really can't hear. Ride is beautiful. Is this a daily driver? Absolutely. I have a buddy that drives his. I got a couple friends that drive Mustangs on the daily, and they love their cars. Yes, they do some modifications to it, and they have different things, but I have friends that drive theirs manuals and automatics every day, no issues. So that is, you know, this can be a daily driver for sure. Very low to the ground, great. We have a great view pretty much. This windshield is huge. Just like the Challenger, it's a good view. From what I'm hearing, I remember the Camaros aren't that great when it comes to visibility out the windshield. The Mustang is really good. The hood's not too high. It's a perfect look. Feels nice. I do need to adjust. The side view mirrors do have, you have good visibility. They also have these little smaller, you know, mirrors so you can kind of see in your blind spots. So, which is pretty cool. That's really nice. I wish Dodge would do that. Those little things like that. I wish, to be honest with you, I wish they did what Honda does. Honda has one where you put your blinker on your screen, it shows the blind spot. Pretty cool though. All right, so let's go to sport mode. Oh, we're gonna go to sport mode. And now we're in sport mode. Now, one thing that I will say about this car is a little bit different is it is easy to turn traction control off. My Challenger, I have to hold the button for like a certain amount of seconds and then it will officially turn the traction control off. This one, you can just hit a switch and it turns off. And that's not good, in my opinion. I think it should be a little more difficult. The reason why is because I've had my traction control turn off before, and cars with this amount of power, they will lose grip and spin out, and you know, if somebody is not experienced, like myself at one point, it can be a bad thing for them. And that I really do love this Mustang. I love my Challenger. I absolutely love my Challenger, but it doesn't feel heavy. When I'm in my car, I feel like I'm driving a boat. It really is. It's a Challenger. What do you expect, right? But this Mustang feels really light, and I love the interior of this car. I love everything about it. It sucks that I'm actually falling for this car. I didn't think I was, to be honest with you. I was like, it's another Mustang. But this one is actually really nice. Kudos to Ford for this. And to think that there's more Mustangs out there that you can get more options. All right, let's go ahead and punch it again. Do you hear that? That is straight muscle. So let's kind of wrap up these, you know, what do I feel about these, you know, quality. You know how I do my ratings on, you know, and we do different things. How do I feel about it? Well, first off, I'm gonna tell you right now, the back view here, the rear view mirror, terrible. I can't, it's small. It's like maybe this, it seems like it's this big. You really can't see a thing. Very small. Not big on that, but you do have a good view on the front of your windshield. That's a plus. So you got good visual in the front, bad visual in the back. All right, blind spots, not that bad, a lot better than the Challenger. You do got these, like I said, these other little mirrors here that will kind of help you with your blind spots, so that's a plus. The look inside the car, it's great. I love the look inside. This car gets a 9 out of 10. There's always room for improvement. Nothing wow. It is a Mustang still, so meaning there's not much change between the models. I've driven the 16, I've driven an 18, I've driven 19. There isn't that much difference. All right, these settings and the features, pretty neat. You know, you got your quiet exhaust. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool little settings there. You can go ahead and switch through. Another thing that's really neat is the actual, like I said, is the alarm clock, pretty much the quiet start. In the middle of the night, you want it quiet, you can start it quietly. I asked the guy, the dealer, and I said, why would you have a quiet start? It was a dumb question, but it makes sense. If you don't want to be obnoxious and turn on your car early in the morning and wake up everybody, you can put it on quiet mode. And quiet mode kind of gives it a nice rumble, and it's not obnoxious. I have a loud car in the morning, and I can see how that can be very obnoxious. Now, as far as, I apologize for the glare. Everybody's passing me up, but I'm driving the speed limit. Everybody's in a rush today, I guess. I'm not, this isn't my car, so I am definitely not breaking no speed limit and no law here, so. Yeah, so the settings are great. There's a couple things that you can mess with here. Is you can kind of change the actual lights inside the car. So if you want a red or a blue interior, it's pretty neat. You can have that type of look. You can't see it during the day, so I can't really show you. But they showed me how, you know, different lights can change, and that's really nice. I really do like that. It's got a small, you know, we got a small, what's this thing called? Center console, kind of small. It's not as big as the Challenger, I'll give it that, but it's still a good size. You're driving a Mustang, you're not driving it for storage space. You're driving it for performance and look, right? So this car does have all those things. Those check boxes are all there. So performance, there. Interior, there. Settings, great. Comfort is awesome, all right? The seat right here is very comfortable, I will give it that. Lightness, I mean, it's very light. I'm really surprised. You feel, I guess what what makes it different than the V6? I mean, I'm sorry, the V6, the 4-cylinder EcoBoost, right? What makes it different? Well, guys, I just feel like when I'm in the 4-cylinder, I feel like, let's say for example, it just feels like that 4-cylinder, that EcoBoost, has to rely, it's a smaller engine, and it has to rely on lifting such a certain weight, right? So it's a lighter model. You're talking pretty much about, it's like compared to a smaller guy lifting 400 pounds versus the V8 is lifting 400 pounds. It's the bigger guy lifting 400 pounds. And that's how I see it. It feels like that power can handle the weight of this car, which makes the car very light, feel light. And when you punch it, you just feel very nimble. The steering wheel does feel light. It's not as thick as I'm used to, and that came out very awkward when I said that, but the steering wheel is not as girthy. No, that's not a good word either. Yeah, it's just a thin steering wheel. How about that? So other than that, it's, you know, great. 160 on the dash. That's weird. You know, you'd think they would have more power in the GT. That's one thing I will say in the horsepower wars. Dodge takes the cake, you know, but still, what's nice is this car is actually made to go around a track versus my Dodge is a boat, and it's made to go around water. It is so heavy. It's ridiculous. You can't do anything around it. This car, on the other hand, you can tell this thing will take some turns, and it's very aggressive. Other than that, guys, I mean, this car has bells and whistles. It's a fully loaded car. I believe this is the premium package, which is probably why it has everything. Totally worth it. Guys, I thank you so much. This is pretty much I'm wrapping this one up. I'm sorry for rambling on, but I'm really pleased with this car. I thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. If you guys liked this video, you watched it this far, please like, subscribe. I really appreciate the feedback. I do my best to kind of give you guys as much info as I can. And that's pretty much it. So I'll see you when I see you. Be blessed. Peace.